Bradbury Young.
Hello and welcome to the Bradbury Young channel. Now this is my update vlog. I call it my project vlog. This is number 2, February. So what have I been getting up to in February? Well, let me put the glass on. I'll read from my notes so I can see what I've been doing. Well, not as much as I wanted really. I haven't got anywhere near as much done as I'd planned to or hoped to in February. So not a brilliant month, I suppose. So what have I actually got done? Well, let's start with my repairs. I just recently done some repairs, of which I did do a little video of. So I'll put a link into that. Now that was basically, I'd got a bag, my main bag that I use for going everywhere, take it to work, put my lunch in it, and my rubbish in there. But the magnetic clasps, they were going a bit, or where they were mounted and fixed on. So I had to repair that. Then I had a little camisole top where the hem had gone. That needed repairing. That was a simple little fix. And then the last thing was cuffs on my coat. The cuffs had Velcro on the coat. And no, Velcro goes all rubbish after a little while. Never stays as it should. So I just put a buttonhole and buttons in there, and 3 little fixes and 3 little projects done. And you know what they're like. Those little things always get left and until they've been there for months. So they got done. So that was one thing I got done in February. The next thing is that I had a couple of tops that were given to me, and I decided I was going to amend them. So I had 2 that were very similar. I'll start off with this one, because this one I've not amended. The other one I have. Now it's one of those tops that sits on across and is off the shoulder with a load of elastic in there, and it's meant to sit right down, you know, off the shoulder type thing. I'll put a little picture in so you can see what I mean with this one. And I had 2 of them. I had this one and a blue one. But then these aren't my sort of thing, not what I would wear. I mean, they're nice tops, but I suppose you've got to have the right want to wear something that is off the shoulder like that. It's not my design of style of clothing. But what you do get with something like this is quite a bit of material. You end up with, if you take the elastic out, you take the sleeves off, you end up with 2 big rectangles of material. Now this one does have some hemming on the bottom, which is quite nice. Be nice to keep that. And these big sleeves. This one's got some pom-pom things on the end of the sleeve. But the blue one was the same as well. Very much a similar sort of top that went across. Now that one I did amend. So I've already had a go and changed that. And what I've ended up with is this. So basically what we've got, where, I don't know if you can see this on here, where that seam line is on there, there's a seam there, that is where the top actually ended. Same on the back, where the seam line is, that seam line there, where that ended, that's where the top of the top was, as it were, where the elastic was that went round for the shoulders. And what I did is I just took off the sleeves, which will be like a bit more like a puff sleeve, not as big as the white top. So I took them off and then used that material to make a yoke for the back, and then I had to work out how to make this little shoulder piece to go in the shoulder, which was alright, not too bad. Where is it? Just grab the 2 bits I've used. I'd had the yoke, and this is from another pattern, and I just changed it a little bit so it would work better with this top, with what I'd got from the material that I could get out the sleeve, and ended up creating the yoke. And then once I'd sewn that on, I then looked at working out how to make this shape here. And what I did is I just took a couple of rectangular pieces of call it gash material, and I just stitched them in, and then had a look to see what shape I needed to change it to make it into. I ended up with this shape, and that's the front, and that's the top shoulder piece. And actually, if I remember rightly, it goes that would be the left side, so that is the long piece across the front there, and then that's the shoulder. The way it worked out, because of the width of it, I've ended up with this little bit of ruching on the front, which actually I think looks quite nice the way that's worked out on the front there. And now the top also had a little bit of a V in it that was already in there on the neckline, so I kept that, tried to keep that line for the neck, and it's come out alright. I'll put a little picture so you can see what it looks like when I've got it on, and actually it's quite a bit of length, because like I say, this bit of material here for the length of it is actually quite long. It's just two big rectangles pretty much, so that's worked out quite nicely and makes it quite long, almost basically a tunic top more than anything else. So in the summertime it'll be nice to wear because it'll be quite cool, hopefully. So that is the top. Now I did also from that top make a pattern, a full pattern piece. Now when I started it, and I didn't have much left neither, this is all that's left from creating that. So, you know, not quite zero waste, but fairly near it for doing the top, which is great. Obviously don't want to waste stuff. I created some pattern pieces for the top. This, so you can see how long it is really. So that's quite a long, it's more of a tunic dress than a top really. That would be the front, centre front, cut on the fold, and then some shaping to the waist and side on that piece. That's the armhole, and then there's that V bit. Now this would be near the shoulder, wouldn't be the neckline, it'd be where that piece is for the shoulder's going to fix on. And this is the back piece. These two pieces don't have any seams on them at the moment because I've taken them straight off the top. Now the thing with this one is this is the centre back, because it is actually in two pieces, and that's got a little bit of shaping to this. Not sure if that's able to be seen on there, but there is some shaping to it as well as the shaping on the side. By the way, this shaping on the side here I created because it was just straight up and down. I put that in to create some shape in there rather than it just being a big straight up and down block. And that's the armhole, and then that's obviously the back where the yoke would attach. Now when I amended that and changed it slightly so it would work better, again, as you can see, it's long as a dress really rather than the top. That's now my front piece cut on the centre. It's pretty much not changed. I put some seam allowance on there, and obviously we've got some shaping on the side, on the side piece. And then the back piece, it will still be two pieces, but this centre part has no shaping. It's straight up and down. The shaping is now contained in the side seam. So there we go. I'm not sure if that shows up very well, but yeah, it's in there. And I put seam allowance on it. That's my armhole, and that's the back where the yoke would go. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. It turned out quite well. I say that's the yoke, and that's the shoulder piece. I think the shoulder piece does still need some amendments to it, just to make it sit just a little bit better. But yeah, it's come out quite nicely. I quite enjoyed doing that, and it was quite a nice little additional project to do, which I wasn't planning on doing. I was just planning on taking the material apart and just reusing it instead. I've ended up with another top that I quite like. Now the neck and the armhole, I used some bias bind. Really, I just made it again out of the sleeves and just turned it over just to cover the raw edges of the seams, and that seems to have worked out quite well, which was quite good as well because I hadn't really done that. So that was more practice of doing that type of thing. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it was good to do, to learn that skill, and hopefully as I do it more I'll get better at it. But yeah, I enjoyed that. That was a nice top to do, some nice skills to learn, and again it's taken my ability and skills for making patterns to another level. I've learnt more stuff in doing that. So yeah, all in all, actually took quite a bit of time doing that little project, but it's come out quite well. The follow on from that is the white top. Again, I'm going to take this apart. Again, it's quite long, quite a bit of material in there. The sleeves, once I've taken the sleeves off, are actually quite long themselves. I'll remove the pom-poms, don't want them. But the sleeve itself has this embroidery pattern on there. So I really want to include that in the top that I make from this material. So yeah, I've yet to take this apart and see how that's going to work, but that will be a future project. Maybe I might get into it in March, I'm not sure yet, but that is something else to work on. So what have I got next? Well, oh yes, I've been having a go at making another mask. Now, here's my mask. Now I do have a mask already, it's one that I made quite a long time ago, but I decided I want to make another mask. Now, with masks and COVID, there has been some changes in the rules in the UK. Effectively, the COVID rules are that they are extremely relaxed now. There is no real regulations anymore within the UK for having restrictions regarding the COVID epidemic and what's going on there. But to me, I feel that it's not gone away. COVID is still about, it's still in our society, so I intend to still take precautions when I'm out and about and still wear a mask. Now the first mask I've made, which is, I haven't got with me, it's down in my coat, it is okay and it works fine. I quite like it, but it's not quite what I wanted. But so I thought I'd have a go at making another mask, which I intend to keep wearing. Now it's going to go that way up. Some elastic in the top here that go over the nose, and then this piece is elastic that goes all the way around. Well really the design of this works fine. I just haven't worked out the order of construction so that it'll come together right. So that's basically my main problem at the moment, construction method. So once I've worked that out, I'll be able to put this mask together hopefully quite quickly, and it'll be a nice little mask. I'll find some material to make it with. I've got some blue material, excuse me. I've got some blue material and some black material. This one's quite a shiny black. I could use that, or I could use that and this, a combination of which this is blue, this is a dark blue. It's just a pillowcase, simple as, you know, nice and easy. So the mask, so yeah, I intend to still wear a mask when I'm out and about, even though the rules with COVID have changed, because COVID hasn't gone away, it's still there. I still think we should take precautions, but that's me. So what else have I been doing? Well, not a lot, but I have done a bit of reading because I've got a book. Now, I bought this book not too long ago, and the book is How to Design Your Own Dress Patterns. Now, I will say that this is not sponsored. I'm not sponsored in any way. This is just a book that I saw that piqued my interest, and I thought, yes, I like the look of that, it might be informative and it might be useful to me. So I went and bought it and started reading it. Now, it is a practical book. It is a book that's got a lot of practical ideas and notations in it. It effectively, you start off with a form like so, which you can copy and scale up, scale down, or whatever, and then it goes through the book telling you about how you can alter these pieces, how you can change their construction. So basically it's looking at flat piece patterns and how they can be changed if you need to tailor them for different shapes upon your body. You know, and it's very informative. Like I say, it is very informative. It's like a step-by-step practical guide on how different forms and different construction methods and different parts of the design can be altered so that it will fit you better. So you can ultimately take a garment and change it and make it fit better, or even look at constructing your own garment, which in some ways I'm having a go at now with having done this blue top. So actually it's been a very, very informative book. I've not got that far through it, but yeah, a very good read. I quite like that, and I'm glad I got hold of that. So there we go. That's effectively my projects that I've been doing in February. Now February is actually a short month, so I'm not surprised I didn't get as much done as I wanted, but it would have been nice to have done a bit more. But I do have other projects on the go in the background to get on with now, so hopefully March will be a bit more productive and I can get on with doing more of my projects and finish some, so that I can get them videos and bring them to you. So there you go, my project vlog for February. Well, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye. Yeah.